Hey, Nicole here. Okay, we're going to talk about Venus retrograde. For those of you who have had some interesting times with your love lives lately, especially for this past 2 months or so, it might be because of Venus retrograde. So let's talk about what a retrograde is. A retrograde is when, from our perspective here on Earth, another planet appears to be moving backwards. Now, planets all move forward at all times along their orbital path at a certain particular speed. That speed could be faster or slower than our speed here on Earth. So from our perspective, it may appear that they're moving backwards, but it's just like when you're on the freeway and you're going 65 and someone else is going 60 and you're passing them, and if you're to look at their car, it looks like they're going backwards. Okay, so with retrogrades in particular, let's talk about a Venus retrograde. Venus rules what we value and who we value. So many times Venus will have to do with our love lives, with our money, with our personal values, etc. When we have a Venus retrograde, we are going to be reassessing these things. Retrograde has that prefix RE, which we can apply to any verb and then apply to the keywords and rulerships of the planet that's currently retrograde. So with Venus, you're going to rethink your love life. You're going to reassess even your money, your finances perhaps. You're going to be in a place where you might be, even if you've been in a long-term relationship, you may be rethinking things. If you have been recently thinking about a past lover, a past flame, that's Venus retrograde, okay? Now, in particular, this is in particular for those mutable signs because Venus moved retrograde in the sign of Virgo. So our Geminis, our Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces types, Sun, Moon, Rising, or your personal planets, you will in particular be affected by this Venus retrograde. Also though, the fixed signs, so the Leos, the Taurus, the Leos, the Scorpios, the Aquarius types, and all the fire signs, and all the earth signs, which covers basically all the zodiac except for Cancer and Libra, if I'm doing that correctly in my head. So apologize if I'm missing someone, but at any rate, even if you're you would have to be a Cancer, someone who had all Cancer and Libra in your Sun, Moon, and then all your personal planets, okay? And that's very, very rare. So for the most part, everybody's being affected by this Venus retrograde. Now, the way you can see how it affects you is if you look at the house or houses that it's moving through, okay? I'll give you an example. I just yesterday ran into a friend of mine, handsome Gemini fella that I've known for a while, and he's got a girl that he dated a long time ago, and they've been off and on, and they had a pretty tumultuous kind of a relationship, but lately he's been thinking about her, and it's been just as of the last couple of weeks. So for him, he's also got a Scorpio moon, so it was as that Virgo Venus, as it moved into Leo, it's affected him. The Virgo part affected his Gemini sun, and then as soon as it moved into Leo, that would have affected his Scorpio moon. So he would have really been feeling this sense, the moon is unconscious, especially a watery moon like a Scorpio moon. So he would have just felt this sense that he needed to revisit the past, revisit this former love, and kind of figure things out with this person, whether it's closure and things are done, or whether it's to move forward and try again, okay? So that's Venus retrograde as it can apply to your love life. It can also be, I'll give you an example for myself. So Venus for me was moving through my first house, which is the house of your physical body. It's your identity. It's sort of like, I think of it as like your DNA. It's the Aries house. That's what rules the physical body. So as Venus was moving direct through that house in Virgo, it passed my natal Venus, and I started a new workout program. This is unbeknownst to me. I wasn't paying any attention to the transits. It just happened. I just noticed this a couple of days ago. Then as that Virgo Venus stationed retrograde, it went back, hit my Venus again. I was working out really hard, sort of was reassessing some things with my workout program, tweaking and changing some things. So there's the reassessment, reviewing, so like a time to edit things. Then, but I had to kind of keep reminding myself, why was I doing this? I was sort of revisiting that too. What was the value in getting fit for me, okay? But then though, when it moved into my 12th house, which is the house of the unconscious, I then had this vague, fuzzy feeling about what I was doing. I was like, kind of like, whoa, why am I doing this? My willpower just sort of like went away, and I was like, what in the world is going on? And until I looked at my transits and I saw, okay, I see what's happening here. I also have Mars in the 12th house, moved into the 12th house, so my physical body is going to feel more just lazy. There's just it dissolves things, so it dissolves your resolve. It makes you feel a little more floaty and dreamy and like, I don't know, whatever. So you have to, that's the great thing about astrology, knowing that these energies are sort of present in your life. You can then make some active steps towards sort of working with them or fighting against them, I guess. Depends on your makeup. But with the Venus retrograde in particular, if you want to know where it is in your birth chart, so pull up your birth chart. I'll include a link. Look for the houses where the glyphs of Leo and Virgo are, and that will tell you those houses, the house number. You can Google the house number and find out what those houses are in charge of, more or less, okay? The houses are the circumstances in your life, okay? If that sounds like too much work, and it really is, and you're going to find a little bit of information, but you'd find much more from someone who studied astrology for 20 years than just doing it yourself off of Google. So inbox me. I'm happy to do a birth chart reading for you, and I'll include a little Venus, Mercury, Mars. We'll look at the current transits and whatnot to see where they're at in your chart to get a feel for what this fall will be like for you. If you have questions, just give me an inbox. Other than that, good luck with your love life and with this Venus retrograde. Okay? Bye.